She lost her husband in the twinkle of an eye, but later found love when all hope was lost. What happened will definitely shock you. Sit back as we dive into this fascinating movie. Hey guys, today we bring you another intriguing movie that will leave you at the edge of your seat. Sit tight as we take you through this emotional ride. Please don't forget to subscribe for more amazing movies from us. The movie begins with a young and beautiful lady named Ronki, who was having a mommy's chat with her little daughter. She gave her a package to take to her dad, who was still sleeping. It was Father's Day. When she got to the room, she tried several times to wake him up, but he wasn't responding. She called her mom. Ronki quickly rushed in, and seeing what was happening, she told the maid to take Mina outside. She then handled it herself, calling the doctor to report the situation. Months later, her daughter went into trauma from losing her dad and couldn't speak anymore. While she was with the therapist discussing Mina's condition, she felt overwhelmed and wanted to scream at her to talk. The therapist interrupted and asked Mina to excuse them, advising Ronki to be patient, assuring her that Mina would eventually come around. But here's the real twist. What truly caused Mina to lose her voice? Could it be more than just trauma? The next day, Ronki was with her friend picking out dresses and chatting. Just then, Mina ran to her mom crying. Ronki was surprised and asked what happened, but Mina couldn't speak. Moments later, Ronki was on the phone with the head teacher, discussing a letter she found in Mina's bag. It was about someone bullying Mina, calling her deaf and dumb. Ronki was clearly not happy. The following day, Mina sat at the dining table with food in front of her, uninterested. Ronki brought her a glass of water and asked if the food was salty or spicy, but Mina just stared silently. Frustrated, Ronki shouted at her, pouring her emotions out on the little girl, then told her to go to her room. Moments later, Mina was in her room crying when Ronki came in, trying to comfort her. She apologized, and Mina hugged and embraced her. What would you have done if you were in Ronki's shoes? Heartbroken, frustrated, yet still a mother? Let us know in the comments below. The following day, Ronki and Mina went to the supermarket to get a few things. When Mina wanted some biscuits, Ronki told her to go pick some out. As Mina was running, she accidentally bumped into the hand of a young, handsome man named Keen, who was on a phone call and holding a bottle of wine. Keen became upset and asked if she could apologize, but Mina just stood there, silently staring at him. Ronki quickly stepped in and apologized on her behalf, but Keen insisted on hearing it directly from Mina. That was when Ronki got angry and told him that her daughter couldn't speak. She grabbed Mina's hand and walked away, leaving Keen speechless. He tried to apologize, but they were already gone. Just then, a salesgirl came up to Keen with Ronki's wallet, asking if he could return it. She hesitated because it wasn't their usual policy, but Keen insisted he would make sure Ronki got it back. The next day, while Ronki and Mina were at home, there was a knock at the door. Mina wanted to check who it was, but Ronki stopped her and warned her not to do that again. Ronki went herself, and to her surprise, it was the man from the supermarket, Keen. She was ready to start an argument, but Keen calmly handed her the wallet she had forgotten. Wow, such a gentleman, she thought. Ronki became calm, and they chatted for a few minutes before he left. The following day, Ronki and her sister-in-law, who was also her close friend, were having fun playing a game and chatting. The conversation shifted to Keen. Her friend encouraged her to move on with her life. It had been 2 years since she lost her husband, but Ronki wasn't ready and said she would never be ready for that. 2 days later, while Ronki was shopping at the supermarket, Keen bumped into her again. She believed he was stalking her. Though Keen tried to be friendly, she continued to give him attitude. Then something unexpected happened. She wanted to buy her daughter's favorite ice cream, but it was the last one and Keen already had it. She used her daughter as an excuse to take it from him. But guess what happened next? The shocking truth is, the ice cream wasn't even for her daughter. Keenie stepped out of the supermarket and saw Ronki happily enjoying the ice cream she had claimed was for her daughter. He simply smiled and walked away. Later, Ronki was with her friend Adesua, telling her about Keenie and how he seemed to be stalking her. Adesua tried to make her see that it might just be a coincidence. While they chatted, someone knocked at the door. Adesua opened it. It was a delivery package for Ronki. To their surprise, it was ice cream and a note that said she should call to confirm she received it. Adesua was excited and encouraged her to call him. Later that day, Ronki was already enjoying the ice cream as she called Kini to thank him. They chatted for a few minutes and seemed to get along. That night, Ronki was still awake when a message came through. She smiled as she read it, knowing exactly who it was from. They continued chatting for a while before she finally went to sleep. Do you think Keen is genuinely interested, or does he have a hidden motive? Let us know what you think in the comments below. The next morning, Ronki was in a hurry to go out. Thankfully, her friend came in just in time, and Ronki gave her instructions on what to do when Minna returns. They hugged each other before she left. 2 years later, Ronki was seen with a young man discussing business. Not long after, Keen walked in to greet his friend. Ronki was surprised, as the man introduced her to Keen as his interior designer. He then left, leaving Ronki and Keen to sit and have a drink while they talked. Afterward, they went to play snooker and had fun together. Then Keen asked if they could do it again, looking at her in a way that made her feel uncomfortable. Ronki smiled briefly, then took her leave, bidding him good night. However, not long after, Ronki and Keen were seen chatting and smiling over the phone. The next day, a package was delivered to Ronki. Her friend tried to see what was inside, but Ronki ignored her and ran inside, with her friend following behind. Days and weeks passed by, and Ronki and Keen had started dating. Ronki was seen shopping at a supermarket while chatting on the phone with Keen. The following day, Keen was in his office having a meeting with someone. After the meeting ended, he began chatting with Ronki, who was at home helping her daughter with her assignment. The next evening, Ronki came into the living room looking for Minna. The whole place was littered, and as she complained while tidying up, she saw a diary titled, "My Best Day Ever." She read through it, and it brought back memories that made her sob quietly. Then she called Keen, asking him to come over. But what exactly did she read in that diary that made her emotional enough to call Keen immediately? Moments later, Keen arrived at Ronki's house. She opened up to him and expressed how she felt. Afterward, Keen tried to express how he felt about her, but Ronki stopped him several times. Do you think Ronki is truly ready to open her heart again, or is she still holding on to her past? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The next morning, Minna was busy writing when her mom came into her room and asked if she was doing her assignment. Minna replied, "No." Her mom then asked if she was working on her personal project, and she said yes. Minna went on to share how her teacher praised her creative work. They chatted for a while, and Ronki brought up Keen, saying she wanted Minna to meet him. The following morning, Keen was in the living room when his maid came in to inform him that the dish was ready. Keen asked if she was sure Ronki would like it. The maid assured him confidently, saying she definitely would. After that, she left for the day. Moments later, there was a knock on Keen's door. It was Ronki and Minna. They all exchanged pleasantries before moving to the dining table, chatting and laughing as they ate. Then Minna stood up, holding her notebook, and whispered to her mom that she wanted to use the restroom. Keen directed her to it. She left, leaving Ronki and Keen alone. As they chatted, one thing led to another, and they kissed, but unfortunately, Minna caught them red-handed. But here's the twist. What will Minna do with what she just saw? Could this moment change everything? They immediately pretended like nothing had happened, though clearly nervous. Minna quietly returned to her seat. Minutes later, they were getting ready to leave. Keen asked Minna if she enjoyed herself, but she ignored him and walked outside. Ronki was surprised by her behavior and quickly followed, telling her that it was disrespectful. The next afternoon, Keen was at Ronki's house. They were playing a game, chatting, and laughing when Minna arrived from school. She didn't greet Keen. Ronki quickly called her back to greet him. Although Keen said it was fine, Ronki insisted, stating that she couldn't raise a disrespectful child. After that, Minna greeted him. Keen then gave her a diary as a gift, having heard she loved writing. Minna thanked him and went to her room. Days passed, and Keen and Ronki didn't go a single day without spending time together, often with Minna as well. Do you think Mina will ever truly accept Keen, or is this the beginning of a silent battle between them? Share your thoughts in the comments below. On this day, Keen was with them, but it was getting late, so he had to take his leave. Mina was already asleep, so they had to carry her to bed. While doing that, Mina spoke, telling her mom good night, even though she was still asleep. Ronki was shocked and asked Keen if he also heard it. Keen said yes, he did. Ronki began thanking God, excited that her baby was finally responding to therapy. Overwhelmed with emotion, Keen pulled her close, and they kissed. But is this the breakthrough they've been praying for, or the beginning of a bigger emotional storm? The following morning, Ronki and Keen were still asleep in the room when Ronki woke up to check on Mina, who was already awake. She asked Mina if she remembered anything from the night before, but Mina didn't. Ronki then asked her to say the color of the bed sheets, just to get her to speak, but Mina wrote it in her notebook instead. After several tries, Ronki told her to go get ready for school. Later that day, Ronki was seen with the therapist, discussing Mina's condition. 2 days later, Ronki was in the living room, working on her laptop, when she received an urgent call from a business partner who wanted to meet immediately. She quickly called her friend to help pick Mina up from school, but her friend couldn't make it because it was her daughter's day off. Then Ronki called Keen and asked for his help. Keen willingly agreed and asked for the school address. Ronki was surprised but still apologized for the inconvenience. Keen told her not to worry, saying, "Your problem is mine too." Later that same day, Ronki had returned from her meeting and was on the phone with Keen, thanking him for his help. They chat about her need for a photographer for her job. Ronki mentioned that the ones she had contacted were charging too much. Keen assured her not to worry, that he would take care of it. They continued chatting and eventually said goodnight. The next day at Keen's office, his staff came in to inform him that she had found a photographer who charged less. But Keen told her not to worry. He already had someone in mind, as he continued reading through Mina's writing. Do you think Mina's progress is a sign of full recovery, or could something deeper still be hidden? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. The following night, Keen and Ronki were seen together. To everyone's surprise, Keen was the photographer, taking pictures of Ronki. Afterward, he transferred the pictures to the laptop. When Ronk saw them, she was amazed by the stunning shots he had taken. They chatted for a while, but then the maid came to inform Ronki that dinner was ready. Ronki stood up and went to the kitchen. While Keen was still in the living room, Mina came out to say hi to him. Keen opened his arms to embrace her and then handed her the book she had forgotten in the car the other day. Mina signaled to Keen, asking him to teach her how to use the camera. 2 days later, they were all in the living room. Ronki was focused on the TV, Keen was on his phone, and Mina was by herself. Mina stood up to take her mom's phone and took a picture of Keen. Afterward, she moved over to Ronki to take a picture of her, but Ronki ignored her, still focused on the movie. Then, something incredible happened right before their eyes. Mina spoke up, telling her mom to say cheese. Ronk, shocked, asked her to repeat what she said. To her surprise, Mina repeated it again. "Wow, guys, this is cause for celebration," Ronki exclaimed, super excited as she hugged her little girl. Keen smiled and watched, pleased. The following morning, Ronki took Mina to the therapist to confirm that she had fully recovered. Do you think Mina's recovery is truly complete, or is there more to her journey that we haven't seen yet? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Days later, Keen came to Ronki's house. Her maid welcomed him in and went to call Ronki. Mina rushed in to greet him, and Keen gave her a camera as a gift so she could start taking her own pictures. Mina, excited, thanked him. Ronki walked in and asked what was going on. Keen explained, and Ronki also thanked him for the thoughtful gift. The next day, Ronki and Keen went to the supermarket to shop. They chatted and laughed together, but suddenly, Keen held his chest and bent down. Ronki was surprised and asked if everything was okay. Keen tried to stay strong, but after that, they left. What could be wrong with Keen? Anyway, guys, that's why we're here, to find out together. The following evening, Keen was at his house, looking worried. The next afternoon, Ronki was with Keen when he told her that he was sick. At first, Ronki thought it was just a minor sickness, but when Keen explained further, she felt deceived. She got angry and left. That same day, Ronki was in her room, looking unhappy. When her friend came to share some good news, she noticed Ronki was crying. She asked her what happened, and Ronki explained that Keen was sick and that she couldn't afford to lose him. She sobbed, and her friend consoled her. Meanwhile, that day, Keen was calling her, but she wasn't picking up. The next morning, Ronki quickly went to Keen's house. His maid welcomed her and helped her with her bag. Ronki then sat next to Keen and they chatted about what the doctor had said. Keen told her he had an appointment with the doctor on Friday. She looked at him and told him he had to fight the sickness. After that, she went to the kitchen to serve him his favorite food. 2 days later, on Friday, Ronki and Keen were at the doctor's office discussing his health situation. The doctor said Keen was going to be fine, but there was no other option but to undergo an operation since the medication was no longer working. The operation was a 50-50 chance, and it was very risky. Keen told the doctor he would think about it. Do you think Keen will go through with the surgery, or is there another way he can recover? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. A week later, Ronki was in the hospital with Keen, who shared how Ronki and her daughter had really made his life so sweet. After that, she hugged him, encouraging him that he would be fine. The following day, Ronki was on the phone with Keen's assistant, asking about his well-being. After that, they ended the call. She then faced Mina and discussed Keen's condition with her. Mina asked if he was going to leave them like her dad did. That statement struck Ronki deeply, but she had to encourage Mina. The next day at the hospital, Mina and Keen were seen together, chatting about her writing. Then Ronki walked in with a lunchbox and asked if Keen was ready to eat now. Keen replied, no. A day later, Ronki was seen with the doctor, who discussed Keen's condition with her. It seemed his condition was not getting better. Instead, it had affected his lungs, and they had to put him in a coma to proceed with the treatment. Afterward, the doctor left. Moments later, Ronki was at her friend's house. Her friend offered her water to cool off before she explained everything. Her friend encouraged her to stay positive and assured her that everything would be fine. When she asked if Ronki had eaten anything, Ronki replied that she didn't have an appetite. Her friend ignored this and went straight to the kitchen to fix her something to eat. How do you think Ronki will handle this situation? Will Keen make it through? Or will this take a toll on their relationship? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. The next day, Ronki was with the doctor as he shared the good news that Keen's surgery went perfectly fine. He is now okay, but he still needs proper treatment and care to get back on his feet. After thanking the doctor, as those were the first positive words he had said to them, he left. Meanwhile, the following day, Ronki brought Keen to her house. He sat down, feeling dizzy, while demanding a kiss. Ronki was surprised, but still, they kissed. Suddenly, Mana came in and rushed to hug Keen. They chatted while Ronki went inside to drop off his bag. Later that night, Ronki and Keen were in the bedroom, about to sleep. Keen wanted more, but she refused, letting him know he needed rest. After that, she slept on his arms while Keen chatted with her. She soon fell into a deep sleep. Keen, noticing she wasn't responding, looked at her and saw that she had already fallen asleep. All he did was smile and kiss her forehead. The following morning, Mina was having breakfast when Keen came out. She quickly greeted him, and Keen sat down close to her. He showed her a ring, telling her that he wanted to propose to her mom. Mina was excited, and then Keen asked for her blessing and permission. Just as Ronki walked in and asked what they were planning, Keen went down on one knee to propose to her. Ah, this is so captivating and inspiring. They all hugged each other. Guys, what do you think about this movie? The moral lesson of this movie is that love, care, and patience can heal even the deepest wounds. Despite the challenges, we must never lose hope and always keep fighting for happiness. Love can bring the strength needed to overcome any obstacle. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more interesting, popular Nigerian movies from us. Till we meet again. Bye.